So today, we'll be talking about doing things regardless of how you feel. First thing I want to get into is, me and him are both sick. Me and Ryan, that's my brother.
Yep.
Not literally.
Technically literally at this point.
You could quite literally, almost say it's literally, but still, back to it. Doing things regardless of how you feel. If you do things when you feel like it, you're never going to be consistent, and you're never going to continue to do that for the rest of your life. And a lot of people these days, they need to go off of some sort of feeling, like whether it's stress or happiness or sadness. It's like they need something to feel in order to do something. And I just don't understand how that works. But what I do know is it's really nothing but laziness. If you think that you should go to the gym when you feel strong, then just don't go to the gym, because you should go to the gym regardless of how you feel. Because going to the gym is quite literally like breathing for me. I don't care how bad my day was or how tired I am. I'm always looking forward to going to the gym. You can take up from here, Ryan.
Things that improve you, I'm not going to want to do them most of the time, because the things that improve you are the hard things in life. Like doing the things that you don't want to, like something for your health. You know, you're going to feel that pain, but it's only going to be temporary, and you feel so good afterwards. Like the gym. When you're at the gym, if you know you're working out correctly, you're probably going to feel a little bit of pain. And you know you're pushing yourself and you're working hard, but in the end you're getting stronger, right? You can say that for so many different things too. Cold exposure for us, when we do that, we feel so good afterwards, but when we get in, it's something we got to put ourselves through. Just keep on going, to push. You're not going to want to do most things that'll help you out, and that's just because you're used to the bad things. The bad habits feel good for you, but they're not going to be good for you. You know, eating all that junk food, you're going to get fat, but you like the taste of it, and you like how it feels when you get to eat that junk food. Now, to be completely honest, it's so natural for people nowadays just to get in the flow of doing all these bad habits because they get the pleasure from it. It's instant gratification, if you know what that is. But yeah, instant gratification is so horrible because people are just constantly doing what's wrong for them, even though they feel like it's what's right for them because they feel good. That's the thing that you gotta notice though. Just because something feels good doesn't mean it's good for you. People will get that little bit of pleasure and then feel like shit afterwards, and they'll be like, why? But it's their own fault. You gotta realize that you make all the choices in your life, and you get yourself to where you are. And you just have to have the self-control to do the things that are hard to do, because that's gonna make you a better version of yourself. That's gonna make you a better person. You just have to realize, like I said, that the hard things in life are not what you want to do, but what you need to do. And there's a saying, right? You know, you can't get the things that you want, you need to get the things that you need. And even if you want something really bad, what's more important is what you need. And so many people get that wrong nowadays. It's just sad. I mean, I can't say I'm one of the best people. I can't say he's one of the best people. No one is. We all make mistakes, and we all probably don't do as much as we possibly could. You just have to decide for yourself that you're going to do what's right for you. You know, everyone has their different version of what's right for them, but you have to figure that out for yourself. It's not something someone else can decide for you, and it's not something that you take little time to think about. You need a ton of time to think about it, a ton of time to adjust to it, a ton of time just, you know, spending a ton of time doing it. You just need to get used to it, and sometimes you might never get used to it, but you still need to do it because it's the thing that you need to do, and it's the thing that's going to help you out in the end. And it might not feel good while you do it, but trust me, you're going to feel so much better after you do it. You're going to feel the reward of what you're given, the strength, the endurance, the mental fortitude, all the things. And I know I'm probably not talking, I know, my bad. But truthfully, like, there's just so many people out there that don't want to push themselves. They don't want to do the hard things in life, and that's why their lives are going to waste. That's why their lives don't mean anything. And it's just sad to see. That's why you have to make the decision that you're going to do the hard things, even if you don't want to. That's pretty much all I have to say.
So when it comes to doing the hard things, there's always going to be bad days, even when you do the hard things. Now, I'm going to use an example. Maxing out at the gym, whether it's squat, bench, or deadlift. If you have a number that you want to hit, try your best to hit that number, but if you don't get it, at the end of the day, it's just a number, whether you get it or not. So, if you shouldn't beat yourself up for not getting a new PR, or for not getting to that certain area in your life. And you need to accept where you're at, or accept what happened, and move on. Because if you let these failures or attempts just get to your mind, you're never going to hit that goal. Sure, you might have not hit it then, but you can still hit it later. So no matter what, even when you do the hard things, and those hard things suck, or you don't want to do them, just keep on going. And don't stay stuck in that past.
Yeah.
Because it's very hard to give up after having one failure. Or, I mean, it's very easy to give up after having one failure. My bad.
You're fine.
And, you go ahead.
Yeah. One thing that you can't do, like, not at all, if you do this at all, you are gonna fail. Give yourself excuses and pity yourself. If you pity yourself and you say, oh, I'm a victim of circumstance, you gotta realize that you're not a victim of circumstance. You chose the way you reacted. Just because something happened in your life, you gotta push through it. You don't just let it happen and then cry about it. You actually have to do something about it. Even if you feel like you can't, even if you're in a situation where you can't do anything, I'm sure there's something you can do to at least ease the pain, or to ease the amount of work you have to do, or just to do something good for yourself. I mean, some things will feel impossible to get out of, but if you look at it objectively and take away all the things that are seeming so hard to do, then you can realize how easy of a task it can truly be. And you can't do everything alone either. You have to have people around you that support you, and you're the person that has to find those people. They're not going to come and find you. You have to do stuff to find them. And you'll realize as you do the things that you love, you're going to find like-minded people as you do them. And you're going to be brought together, basically by fate, whatever you want to call it. You're going to be brought together because you both have the same mindset. And having the same mindset as someone will get you a ton of things. You'll just get so much more work done. You'll get, a lot of support. Support is a great thing because you cannot do everything alone. No matter how capable you think you are, no matter how capable you really are, having someone else with you is something that's invaluable. Something that you can't do without. If you don't have someone next to you, if you don't have someone, if you're all alone, then you can't do a thing. And that's the truth. People try and do everything alone, and they fail. And they think, well, why did I fail? Maybe I'm just not good enough. No, you can't do everything alone, but people don't realize that. You have to find the one for you. That's not necessarily a partner, that's just anybody who has the same mindset, anybody who's as driven as you are, anyone that shares the same mindset as you. That's the person you need to surround yourself with. That's the people you need to surround yourself with. And you'll do so much better, you'll improve so much quicker if you're not by yourself. That's all I have to say about that.
So, truth is, even if you do have people that are on self-improvement, if you don't have a reason to just do the things, regardless of how you feel, you're eventually just gonna quit. It needs to be a big reason. Because if it doesn't mean enough to you, there's gonna be that one day where you wanna sleep in, that one day where you don't wanna go to the gym, that one day where you don't wanna put the work in. And it's gonna happen. And it's going to just have a domino effect of just a long downfall. And you need to realize and find your reason. Because if it's not strong enough, neither will your will to do things be. Because that reason is everything. That reason is literally the reason I wake up every single day before 5 o'clock. Most of the time 4:30. Because I have a life to live. I've got things that I need to do. And that's how I want to keep it. Now we're probably about to hit 10 minutes. So I think this is where we're going to have to end it.
Yeah, I do want to say one thing. We do have a friend, and he will not be named, but he's not driven enough. He's only doing the self-improvement because he thinks that's what we want to see him do. And we do want to see him self-improve, but
Yep.
we're the reason that he wants to improve. He's not the reason he wants to improve, and that is the problem.
Yeah.
Now, it's great that he's doing all these things for himself, but
He'll stop eventually.
yeah, he's not driven enough. And he just doesn't have the motivation, because we're his motivation, and we can't be there every time that he needs us. And he needs to find his own motivation, he needs to find his own reasons. But the thing with a lot of people nowadays is they think they're fine where they are. If they can get through life, that's pretty much it. But they're not living life, they're getting through it. And that's the problem, because so many people, just like him, feel like they're doing a good thing, or they feel like they're doing what's right for them, but they're not. They're just clouding their mind with these thoughts that they're doing the right thing, when they're just not doing all that they could. They don't have the right reasons to do what they do. They're not driven enough because their reasoning is due to someone else. If we were to die tomorrow, I wonder if he'd be a shell of the person he's trying to be. If he wouldn't be the best version of himself. And from the looks of it, I'd assume that's the case. I mean, it's sad, but true. Most of the time nowadays, just
People
aren't
need
driven.
other people.
Yeah, people need other people, and they rely too much on other people. You have all these people living in their parents' house, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. You know, there's different situations where that's okay, different situations where it's not. You just can't rely on people too much. You gotta rely on yourself, but you can't do it all on your own either. It's such a weird thing because you feel like you want to do everything alone, or otherwise you feel like you need to rely on other people too much. You just need to find the middle ground where you're being supportive, but you're also doing things on your own. You're figuring things out on your own. You're making your own mistakes, and you're learning from your own mistakes, and not being supported the whole way through. It's just, you gotta find the middle ground, and you gotta do your best to not be alone, and find people that are like-minded like you, but also just to work on yourself, have your own reasons to get better. And that's a tough thing to do. It is tough to find the reason, but it's possible. You just have to do some soul searching, or look inside of you, really. Find the reason that you want to improve. It could be for a family member, it could be for people that you love, to protect the people you love. It could be for your own health. Who knows? But you gotta find that reason, regardless of what it is. There needs to be a reason. If there isn't, just a mindless lie, just doing what you think's right.
Well, that's where we're gonna end it. And all I have to say for the end of this episode is don't be needy, be needed.
Yep.
See you all next time.
Push past your limits.